This is example 5 on permutations and combinations. Your English teacher has asked you to pick 3 novels from a list of 10 novels to read as extra credit. In how many ways can you choose what books to read? First thing we do, determine if this is permutation or combination. Okay? Second thing you do, place yourself in the situation to see what you can figure out from the situation, and you can have a better visual on how to work on this if you're going to work on it as a permutation or a combination. Okay, so I'm going to make a small drawing here. I'm going to draw this list of 10 novels, and she's giving you a checklist, and you have to check off. Okay, you have to check the 3 novels you want out of the 10. You get the idea. They're check boxes, and next to the check boxes I have the novel titles. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you get the idea, etc., etc., etc. This list goes on. Okay, so you come to your teacher. She's giving you a chance for extra credit, and she tells you, okay, here's a checklist. Write your name on it and make a check mark next to the novels, the 3 novels you're going to pick. Okay, and you don't want to be prejudiced maybe with the titles of these novels. You want to just choose randomly. Okay, or maybe you'll bring along a friend, and you have a friend, you'll have a friend that will help you choose these 3 novels, and you ask your friend to choose for you. Okay, and you don't want to look. So let's say your friend gets this novel, this one, and this one. Those are the 3 novels you got. Okay, let's say this is novel titled A, this one is titled F, and this one is titled M. Okay, you got your 3 novels. You got novel A, novel F, and novel M. Those 3 titles. Okay, and okay, you look at those titles. You said, "Oh no, man! Couldn't you have chosen worse novels than those?" And this is what you do. You tell the teacher, "Can I have another chance at picking this? Because my friend didn't do too well choosing these novels for me." So she lets you do that, and you bring in a different friend, and you tell the person, "Please choose 3 novels for me, okay? And whatever you pick, I'll do." So this other friend comes in, and he's going to choose novel F, and he chooses novel M and novel A. Okay? What did he just do? He chose the same 3 novels your other friend chose. This should give you a clue. You have to read these 3 novels. No, I'm just kidding. So, what do we see here? We saw that you brought in 2 people that chose 3 titles randomly, and they ended up choosing the same 3 books. So, this event here does not count, because even though they were chosen in different order, it's still the same 3 titles. So this is a combination. Okay? And this would be 10 factorial over 10 minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. Okay? Now, let's say, how do I make this into a permutation? Not that you have to make it into a permutation. It's just so that you can see the difference. Okay? Let's say that the teacher says, okay, whichever novel you choose first, that's the novel you're going to read first. Okay? And whichever novel you choose second, you're going to read that novel for your second project. And whatever novel you choose third, that's the novel you have to read last, in that order. Okay? So the same thing happens In comes a friend. You have a friend. Okay, you go do it. I don't want to jinx it. Okay, so he comes in and he chooses novel A. So the teacher tells you, okay, novel A is your first choice. That's the first one you're going to read on, and that's the first one you're going to report on by this date. And then the second choice your friend makes is novel F. And your teacher says, okay, that's your second novel. That one will be due this other date, etc. Okay, now you're not happy with this order because this novel is so long. This is going to take a lot of time. You want to start with a shorter one. So you come in the next day with another friend, and the friend chooses novel F to be read first. And you're happy with this decision because this one's shorter. So your teacher says, okay, so novel F will be your first choice. That novel is the first one you're going to read, and you're going to have to report on that novel for such and such date. Novel M will be your second one due on this date, etc. So now this arrangement looks very different than this arrangement, right? Even though it's the same 3 novels, these 2 arrangements are different because in this arrangement I have to read novel A first, and in this one I have to read novel F first. So these 2 are 2 different events. So that means that here order matters. The order in which the novels were chosen is an important factor in determining if these events are separate events, if they are different events from each other. Okay, so, and I can go ahead and choose any other 3 novels, and each one of these arrangements will have 6 different ways I can mix them up, the order I can read these in. Okay, so this is a permutation if I look at it that way. Okay, but if I look at it the way it originally was written, it is definitely a combination. You know, if you just choose 3 novels just to have 3 novels in your book bag to read, then, you know, choosing 3 the first time and then the second time choosing the same 3 novels but in a different order, that doesn't matter. It's still the same 3 novels. Okay, so in the first case, it's a combination. Second case, it's a permutation. I hope this is clear, and that permutation would be like that, which is 10 over 10 minus 3 factorial. Okay, which is 10 factorial over 7 factorial. And there you have it. That is example 5. For the next examples, I will give you fill in the blanks, and you tell me if it's a permutation or a combination. Okay, and that will be the last example on this topic, and then we'll talk about probability. Okay, I'll see you then.